Tonight on the news, women employed to be alive to their family responsibilities. Nigeria's First Lady hails Anambra's implementation of the ROHI agricultural program. Niger Delta militants vow to attack oil installations. And on the foreign scene, U.S. man to be executed by firing squad over murder charges. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Security is here to stay in Anambra State. In the Anambra, remember, security is everyone's business, and for us to have a more secure and livable Anambra State, let us join forces with the governments in securing our state. If you see something, say something. Report unscrupulous elements to the security forces improved by the government for life and property safety. Anambra, remember the emergency number 5111 and 080-0220-0008. Good evening and thanks for joining us on ABS Evening News. My name is Chinyere Ikioreke. Wife of the governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Noye Soludo, has employed women to stick to the crucial responsibility they were created to play in the family and get rid of unnecessary competitions with their husbands over supremacy of the households. The governor's wife made the call in Oka during the 2024 Anambra Women's Summit organized by the state chapter of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA. The summit was attended by women groups from across different community levels in Anambra State and was themed around mobilizing women to succeed through effective collaboration and rights awareness. Addressing the women, Mrs. Soludo noted that supremacy war between couples have been a major cause of breakdown of peace and harmony in the family, resulting in all kinds of abuses and can even lead to broken homes. She describes women as unique and beings and blessed with limitless possibilities, emphasizing that when they understand how important they are and respect their husbands as head of the family, they will experience less stress in managing their homes. Mrs. Soludo also reiterated her calls for mothers to be their children's best friends, reminding them that although the task of child upbringing is for both parents, theirs is even more. The governor's wife, while encouraging the women to always move about with their shoulders high, noted that the APGA regime in the state under Governor Chukwuma Soludo is taking initiatives that have transformed the state and provided better opportunities for women. Earlier in her remarks, the convener of the summit and APGA women leader in Anambra State, Mrs. Esther Onyekesi, explained that the event was an opportunity for Anambra women to deliberate on crucial issues and provide answers to familiar socio-political questions, especially as November 8th governorship elections draws near. The wife of the president, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has described Anambra's organization and implementation of the just concluded Renewed Hope Agricultural Support Program in the state as the most perfect example of the scheme's foundational objectives. Senator Oluremi made the commendation during the first quarter high-level meeting with wives of governors from the 36 states of the Federation. While reviewing the programs across states that have already organized theirs, the president's wife pointed out that Anambra State made the most of the program's objectives by being thorough and very intentional about each step. While she played a recorded video of the event in Anambra State for the high-level audience, Senator Tinubu explained that the central goal of the program could be largely achieved if every state followed similar steps as was adopted by the wife of the governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Noye Soludo. The Nigeria's First Lady equally noted that each modality for the program in the state was thoughtfully planned, beginning with the practical two-day training which took place at Anambra State Polytechnic, Mbahu, and the empowerment which happened a week later, and commended Mrs. Soludo's sincere approach to the program, including her dedication to ensuring that each trainee went home with something worth the process. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has announced the reopening of the popular Obogo Market, Onitsha, Anambra State. Director, Southeast Zone of the agency, Dr. Martins Iluyomade, made the announcement on behalf of the agency's Director General, Professor Mujishola Adeyeye, shortly after a brief meeting with state government officials led by the Commissioner of Health, Dr. Afam Obidike. The market leaders and the media held at the market's premises. Chibuzo Obidike has the details.
He said the agency agreed to reopen the market following the persistent intervention of Governor Chukwuma Soludo and the agreement signed by the market leaders with NAFDAC not to go back to the sale of fake, expired and substandard products in the market. While commending Governor Soludo for his continued support in the fight against fake and expired drugs in Anambra and the country at large, Professor Adeyeye noted that during the enforcement exercise that lasted 3 weeks, the agency, among other things, discovered drugs banned since 2007. He said the reopening of the market will not stop the continuous enforcement exercise, adding that a total of 40,000 shops has been sealed for various offenses and that they will be reopened after a proper profiling.
Working with the mandates given to us as an agency, strictly within our powers, I am saying that, and doing that also in collaboration with the state government, who are the very responsive government. We are saying that the market will be reopened from tomorrow.
In his brief remark, Dr. Obidike appreciated the agency on behalf of Governor and urged the traders to keep to the agreement they had with NAFDAC.
Women who are highly placed have been urged to come out to show love to younger women and girls, as well as to marginalized women and widows. Queen Aniborgo reports that the chairman Post-Primary School Service Commission, ORCA, Professor Ikedugu, made the call in commemoration of the International Women's Day. Her report.
On whether women have equal rights and opportunities in Nigeria as their male counterpart, Professor Ikedugu pointed out that government at the center and in Anambra State is gender sensitive, but there is need to encourage young women to join politics so that they can be mouthpiece to the women folk. Speaking further on the gender sensitivity of Anambra State government, Professor Ikedugu, who is also the coordinator, Federation of African Women Educationists in the Southeast and Anambra State, stressed that government is ensuring that the girl child gets adequate information, protection, and guidance that will enable her get quality education, which will help her at the end of the day to earn a living. She noted that gone are the days when women are only to be seen and not heard, saying it is time for women voices to be heard.
Women are being marginalized over the years. They were being trampled on. So in Beijing conference, women rose and said that it's time for women, for our voices to be heard. That the women's place are no longer in the kitchen, that we should be seen and also be heard.
Queen Aniborgo reporting for ABS News.
The Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, Anambra State Council has held its March Congress at the Godwin Ezemo International Press Center, ORCA, with members from different chapters participating. The Anambra State Chairman of NUJ, Dr. Emeka Odogu, in his remarks, noted that the Congress was impacting on members positively, given the Council's partnership with stakeholders such as Federal Road Safety Corps. Correspondent Kenechukwu Chukwudi has status.
Our duty is to serve society. Our duty is to serve communities. Our duty is to be the bridge between government and the various publics. Our duty is to bring to forth whatever that is happening around town for better understanding of the masses. And we are doing that critically, and most importantly, the partnership is growing.
The Anambra State Sector Commander of FRSC, Mrs. Joy Alexander, explained that the media is critical in helping the agency achieve its objectives, especially in sensitization and accurate reportage of the agency's activities, and commended the Council for constantly evolving for the better.
Come to know the importance of the media in any organization, not just FRSC, but particularly in an organization like FRSC that comes under criticism, hostilities from the public on one or two things. that they do. And I felt that we need the media.
The caretaker chairman of NUJ ABS Chapel, Mr. Joseph Ebocha, and the caretaker secretary of same chapel, Mr. Emmanuel Okonkwo, who were inaugurated, noted that they are poised to do their best in the position they occupy, as Congress helps members to share minds on the state of the union and state, charting a way forward, while a member, Mr. Izunu Okafor, called on the state government to, as a matter of urgency, build a pedestrian bridge at the Regina Cheli Junction to prevent accidents. Highlights of the Congress was lecture by FRSC personnel on road safety measures and formal inauguration of ABS NUJ Chapel caretaker executives.
Now from news within the states, reports say tension in Rivers State have escalated as a militant group, the Niger Delta Rescue Movement, threatened to attack oil installation in response to the ongoing political crisis and the alleged withholding of the state's federal allocation. The group also issued a warning to non-indigents in the state, urging them to leave for their safety as they claimed hostility were imminent. In response, the Rivers State Police Command vowed to crack down on any threats to national security, insisting that no group has the monopoly on violence. The Commissioner of Police, Olubenga Adepoju, assured residents that security forces were prepared to contain any disruptions, warning that law enforcement would not tolerate attempts to destabilize the state. On the foreign scene, a South Carolina prison inmate, Brad Simmons, convicted of killing his ex-girlfriend's parents with a baseball bat, will be the first person in the U.S. to be executed by a firing squad in 15 years. If Simmons' execution proceeds, 3 volunteers standing behind a curtain will simultaneously fire rifles at his chest with specially designed bullets. The state's procedures requires that those put to death by firing squad be strapped to a chair when they enter the execution. Simmons, aged 67, was convicted of murdering David and Gladys Lake in 2001 before kidnapping his ex-girlfriend at gunpoint. She later escaped as he shot at her. Offered the alternative of death by electric chair or lethal injection, Simeon's lawyer said he chose the more violent process because of his concern about the effectiveness of the other 2 methods. He will be the first person to be executed by firing squad in the U.S. since 2010 and only the 4th since the country's reintroduction of the death penalty in 1976. In sport, former Super Eagles striker Ojon Ighalo has revealed that he will always dedicate 10% of his earnings to God regardless of how much he makes. He said his first salary when he was playing for Julius Berger in 2005 was 15,000 naira, and he was 16 years old then. He revealed that his pastor taught him about tithing, and since then he has never missed playing or paying his tithe. Addressing skeptics who criticize tithing, Ighalo insisted that he follows the practice based on faith, not popular opinion. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. On X at ABS Radio TV. On Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. The main point again, women have been employed to be alive to their family responsibilities. Nigeria's First Lady has hailed Anambra's implementation of ROHI agricultural program. Niger Delta militants have vowed to attack oil installations. And on the foreign scene, we told the U.S. man to be executed by firing squad over murder charges. To end the news, there's a special message again. Security is here to stay in Anambra State. In the Anambra, remember, security is everyone's business, and for us to have a more secure and livable Anambra State, let us join forces with the government in securing our state. If you see something, say something. Report unscrupulous elements to the security operatives for better security of life and property. Remember the emergency numbers 5111 and 080-0220-0008. Thanks for watching. My name is Chinyere Ikioreke. Good night.